So it turns out the stock market doesn't have to crash every Monday. Some Mondays it can post its biggest one-day point gain ever. Hooray. The Dow today snapped a string of 8 straight losing days, providing another opportunity for the two men vying for the presidency to talk jobs, business, and values. Senator Obama gave a major economic policy address today in Ohio.
We'll create another 2 million jobs by rebuilding our crumbling roads and schools and bridges, our infrastructure. We'll also save 1 million jobs by creating a jobs and growth fund that can provide money to state and local communities so that they can move forward with projects to rebuild and repair our infrastructure. A lot of these projects and these jobs are at risk right now because of budget shortfalls. But this fund will make sure they continue.
One truism in American politics now is that Americans trust Democrats more than they trust Republicans on the issue of the economy. It's borne out by the polls, by which I mean that it is observably true, but it's also a truism in the sense that it's taken for granted. It often doesn't even get explained. Well, Obama's proposal today on the economy, on the government taking action in hard economic times to create jobs by building infrastructure, if you want to understand why Americans broadly like Democrats on economic issues, looky here. This is the DNA of the Democratic Party on the economy. In a time of crisis, when the private sector is failing to do what the country needs it to do, use the public sector to help relieve the pain, to stimulate the private sector, and ultimately everybody wins. Public works projects create jobs. People get hired to build those roads and bridges and schools. When those building projects are done, we all benefit from improved quality of life because our roads and bridges are improved and they're safer too. And the cost of doing business in America goes down because the truckers and the shipping companies and the widget makers all benefit as much as you do from fewer axle-breaking frost heaves on the highway. It's yet to be seen whether America is ready for a New Deal. But if we need one economically, we will need a president who can make that case, that government's got to have a role to play. That's why it's no accident that tough economic times turn American eyes toward Democrats. Now, in this environment, how is Senator McCain holding up amid all this? Well, we were told to expect a big new economic idea from Senator McCain today. His friend, Senator Lindsey Graham, suggested as much on CBS yesterday.
Now's the time to lower tax rates for investors, capital gains tax, dividend tax rates, to make sure that we can get the economy jump-started. It will be a very comprehensive approach to jump-start the economy by allowing capital to be formed easier in America by lowering taxes.
All right, a tax-cutting idea from the Republican candidate. Not entirely groundbreaking, but an idea nonetheless. That is, until the McCain campaign was forced to correct its own surrogate and announce that actually no such idea exists. Campaign spokesman Tucker Bounds told the New York Times today, quote, "We do not have any immediate plans to announce any policy proposals outside of the proposals that John McCain has announced." McCain economic advisor Douglas Holtz-Eakin adding, quote, "I have no comment on anything to anybody." No comment on anything to anybody. Wow. So, inherent ideological disadvantage? Check. Lack of a new idea? Check. General fear of going on the record with reporters? Check. And mate. The campaign now is saying that they will have a new idea on the economy tomorrow, but I've been fooled by them before, and I'm not holding my breath this time. At his no new economic idea speech today, Senator McCain did advance perhaps his most mystifying math equation yet.
Let me give you the state of the race today. We have 22 days to go. We're six points down. The national media has written us off. My friends, we've got them just where we want them.
If being this far down in the polls is just where you want to be, Senator, where would you not want to be? Rhetoric aside, I'm guessing that where the McCain-Palin campaign does not want to be right now, specifically, I mean geographically, is campaigning in states that George W. Bush won easily. The Obama-Biden surge has McCain and Palin forced to defend their turf in fire engine red states across the country, rather than trying to pick off any of the blue states that John Kerry won. A quick look at the map might tell you everything you need to know about the current state of the race. On Saturday, Senator McCain campaigned in Davenport, Iowa. Today, the McCain Palin ticket campaigned in the red states of Virginia and North Carolina. And Governor Palin will reportedly make a trip to the red state of Indiana on Friday.